Right then, are you ready to embark on a culinary adventure through Europe? Because let me tell you, we're not just talking about a quick sandwich on the go. We're diving headfirst into a world where every street corner, every little alleyway practically bursts with flavor, and every single dish, well, it tells a story. It's a bit like a well-engineered car, really. Each component, each ingredient plays a vital part in the overall magnificent experience. It's about more than just sustenance. It's about culture, history, and a good deal of passion. Now, forget everything you thought you knew about European food, or at least be prepared to have your perceptions pleasantly expanded. We're about to reveal some of the most delicious and sometimes rather unexpected culinary experiences lurking in some of the continent's most vibrant cities. Think of me as your slightly bemused but terribly enthusiastic guide navigating the often complex map of European gastronomy. We'll be looking at the classics, of course, but also poking our noses into some of the more modern, innovative kitchens that are shaking things up a bit. The purpose of this little video expedition, then, is to give you a proper taste, a virtual smorgasbord, if you will, of what awaits the discerning foodie in Europe for 2025. We'll be ambling through Parisian patisseries, getting delightfully messy with Roman pasta, and perhaps even attempting to understand the intricate art of Spanish tapas. So, grab a metaphorical fork, loosen your belt a notch, and let's get started on this rather delicious journey. It promises to be quite an undertaking, but a thoroughly enjoyable one, I suspect. Right, Paris, the city of lights, romance, and, as it happens, some rather good food. One tends to think of the stereotypical Parisian café, the accordion music, the chap in the stripy jumper. But the culinary landscape here is more nuanced and exciting. There's genuine substance beneath the stylish veneer. Let's start with the essentials. Croissants. A proper croissant, with its buttery, flaky layers, is a work of art. It's not just a breakfast item, it's an experience. Finding the perfect one can become a bit of an obsession. You see them, golden and puffed up, in bakery windows, and the temptation is irresistible. And then, of course, there are macarons. These are delicate meringue-based confections, the crisp shell, the chewy interior, the smooth, often surprising filling. From classic pistachio or raspberry to more adventurous combinations like salted caramel or even Earl Grey tea, it's precision baking where a millimetre or a gram can make all the difference. We mustn't forget the cheese platters, our cheese. The French have a special relationship with it. A proper French cheese board is a journey in itself. Each one has its own character, its own story. It's a serious business, choosing and presenting cheese. But Paris isn't just resting on its traditional laurels. There's a vibrant, modern cuisine scene that's constantly pushing boundaries. Michelin-starred restaurants where chefs transform humble ingredients into something extraordinary. These places are temples of gastronomy, where presentation is as important as taste. Beyond the starry establishments, innovative bistros offer high-quality, creative food in a more relaxed setting, often run by young chefs focused on seasonal, local produce. It's here you might find exciting reinterpretations of classic dishes. For a truly authentic experience, visit a food market. The Marché des Enfants Rouges is the oldest covered market in Paris. It's a glorious riot of sights, sounds, and smells. You can find everything from Moroccan tagines to Japanese bento boxes. It's a place where Parisians themselves come to eat. The sheer variety is astonishing, absorbing influences from all over the world. The beauty of these markets is their immediacy. The ingredients are often displayed with pride, and you can see the food being prepared right in front of you. There's a certain honesty to it, a direct connection between the producer, the cook, and the consumer. It's a far cry from a pre-packaged supermarket meal. It's about the joy of fresh produce, handled with care. One might argue that the true heart of Parisian eating isn't always found in the grandest restaurants, but in these lively, unpretentious spaces. It's where you can sample a little bit of everything and enjoy the simple pleasure of good food in good company. It's a very human experience, deeply ingrained in the Parisian way of life. So, Paris, then, it's a city that takes its food very seriously, but also with a great sense of joy and artistry. It's a very human experience, and one that's deeply ingrained in the Parisian way of life. So, Paris, then, it's a city that takes its food very seriously, but also with a great sense of joy and artistry. Right, next stop, Italy, a country where food isn't just food, it's practically a religion, a way of life, the very fabric of society. And we're focusing on two of its titans, Rome, the eternal city, and Florence, the cradle of the Renaissance. Both, as you might imagine, have rather a lot to offer the hungry traveler. It's like comparing two magnificent but distinctly different classic cars, both masterpieces, but each with its own unique character and driving experience. Let's begin in Rome, a city that seems to run on pasta. And not just any pasta, but iconic dishes that are deceptively simple yet fiendishly difficult to perfect. Take carbonara, for instance. Just guanciale, cured pork jowl, not bacon, mind you. Eggs, pecorino romano cheese, and black pepper. No cream. The arguments about the correct way to make carbonara could probably fuel the Roman economy for a week. But when it's done right, it's sublime. Then there's cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper. Sounds almost too basic, doesn't it? But the magic lies in creating that creamy emulsion from the pecorino romano, pasta water and pepper, clinging perfectly to the spaghetti or tonarelli. It's a testament to the Italian genius for making something extraordinary out of very few very good ingredients. It's the culinary equivalent of minimalist art. Every element has to be perfect. And we can't forget amatriciana, a robust, flavorful sauce made with guanciale, pecorino and San Marzano tomatoes. It's hearty, satisfying, and has a gentle kick from a bit of chili. Each of these Roman pasta dishes tells a story of local ingredients and culinary tradition, passed down through generations. Eating them in Rome in a bustling trattoria is an experience that connects you directly to the city's soul. It's not just a meal, it's a history lesson on a plate. Now let's trundle over to Florence, the heart of Tuscany. Here the culinary treasures take on a slightly different, though no less delicious character. The undisputed king of Florentine cuisine is bistecca alla Fiorentina, the Florentine steak. This isn't just any old steak. We're talking about a thick-cut, well-aged Chianina beef T-bone, cooked incredibly rare over a wood fire, seasoned simply with salt and pepper. It's a carnivore's dream, a monumental piece of meat that demands respect. The Florentines are also rather fond of truffles, those elusive, earthy fungi that can transform a simple dish into something luxurious. You'll find truffle-infused oils, truffle shavings on pasta, truffle mixed into sauces. The aroma alone is intoxicating. It's one of those ingredients that, when used correctly, adds an incredible depth and complexity. It's a bit like finding a rare, perfectly preserved vintage component for a classic engine. It just elevates everything. And then there's gelato. Oh, artisan gelato in Florence. It's a world away from your average ice cream. Made with fresh natural ingredients, often with less air whipped into it, resulting in a denser, more intensely flavored product. From classic flavors like pistachio made with real pistachios, mind you, not bright green coloring, and stracciatella to more inventive local specialities. A daily gelato is practically mandatory when in Florence. It's a serious business, this gelato making. What underpins all of this magnificent Italian cuisine, whether in Rome or Florence, is the profound importance of fresh, seasonal ingredients. Italians have an almost reverent attitude towards produce. They understand that a perfectly ripe tomato, a freshly picked basil leaf, or a just-pressed olive oil doesn't need much adornment to shine. It's a philosophy of letting the quality of the ingredients speak for themselves. You see this in the vibrant food markets like Mercato Centrale in Florence or Campo dei Fiori in Rome. Piles of gleaming vegetables, fragrant herbs, artisanal cheeses, cured meats. It's a feast for the eyes before it even reaches your plate. The vendors are often passionate about their products, happy to tell you where they came from and how best to enjoy them. It's a direct connection to the land and the seasons. This respect for seasonality means that the menu changes throughout the year. In spring, you might find dishes featuring fresh asparagus or artichokes. Summer brings an abundance of tomatoes, courgettes, and aubergines. Autumn is the time for mushrooms, chestnuts, and, of course, the new olive oil. Winter offers heartier fare with root vegetables and slow-cooked meats. Right, onwards to Spain, a country where the rhythm of life often revolves around food, and where sharing small plates or tapas is elevated to an art form. We're heading to two of its most dynamic cities, Barcelona, with its Catalan flair and coastal influences, and Madrid, the grand, bustling capital. Both offer a fantastic, if slightly different, taste of Spanish culinary prowess. Let's start in Barcelona, where the tapas culture is absolutely legendary. Tapas aren't just appetizers, they're a way of eating, a social ritual. You hop from bar to bar, sampling a small dish here, another there, perhaps with a small glass of beer, a cana, or local wine. It's a wonderfully convivial way to spend an evening. You might find yourself trying patatas bravas, fried potatoes with a spicy tomato sauce and aioli, a true classic. Being a coastal city, Barcelona excels in seafood tapas. Think gambas al ajillo, garlic prawns sizzling in olive oil, pulpo a la gallega, Galician-style octopus tender and dusted with paprika, or boquerones fritos, fried fresh anchovies. It's the sort of food that makes you feel instantly connected to the Mediterranean, and of course paella. While Valencia is its true spiritual home, Barcelona does a rather good job with this iconic Spanish rice dish. Now let's journey inland to Madrid, the vibrant heart of Spain. Here the food scene is equally exciting, though perhaps with a slightly more traditional Castilian emphasis. One of the city's signature dishes is cocido madrileño, a hearty multi-course stew that's perfect for a chilly day. And for those with a sweet tooth, Madrid offers the quintessential Spanish treat, churros with chocolate. These long-ridged donuts, deep-fried until crispy and often dusted with sugar, are served with a cup of incredibly thick, rich hot chocolate for dipping. It's simple, decadent, and utterly irresistible. The tapas culture in Madrid is just as vibrant as in Barcelona, though perhaps with its own local specialities. Croquetas, creamy croquettes, often with ham or chicken. Each bar often has its own signature tapa, and part of the fun is discovering your favorites. Whether it's the exceptional Iberian ham, jamón ibérico, or the ubiquitous olive oil, there's a deep respect for the produce of the land. The influence of Spanish wine on the culinary experience cannot be overstated. From the robust reds of Rioja and Ribera del Duero to the crisp whites of Rías Baixas, perfect with that seafood, many tapas bars will have an excellent selection by the glass. Venturing out into the countryside around these cities can reveal stunning wineries where you can learn about the winemaking process from grape to glass and sample the results in their natural habitat. It's a bit like visiting the factory where your favorite car is made. You gain a new respect for the craftsmanship. In Barcelona, the Boqueria market, just off Las Ramblas, is an absolute must-visit. Stalls piled high with colourful fruits, gleaming seafood, cured meats, cheeses, olives and sweets. It's a microcosm of Catalan food culture. Madrid also has its share of fantastic markets like Mercado de San Miguel, a beautifully restored iron structure now filled with gourmet food stalls. It's a bit more polished than La Boqueria, perhaps, but no less enticing. Well, there we have it, from the charming butter-scented cafes of Paris to the vibrant, clattering tapas bars of Madrid, and not forgetting the pasta-laden tables of Rome and Florence. Europe is, without a shadow of a doubt, truly a feast for the senses. It's a continent where food is so much more than mere fuel. It's history, it's culture, it's art. Whether you're a seasoned, click the link in the description to book your perfect getaway and grab all your travel essentials to make your trip unforgettable. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more self-care tips and beauty routines. Stay glowing and see you in the next video.